Alright, this video is going to be about the mental fatigue with being black and the importance of getting therapy. Um, let me first say, I don't care how hard it get. Me personally, I love being black. So don't get the title misconstrued with, I wish I was something else. No, I don't. I'm glad to be exactly what I am, and I do what I can to, try to make other people, have a sense of the same pride that I have. But I can relate and understand that there's a lot of mental fatigue that goes into being black. And I know mental health is not, it's starting to become a bigger topic within our community, but I don't think it's big enough because we got to understand that not only do we live with, we got to deal with our day-to-day stress and, coming up from whatever age, throughout your whole lifespan, a lot of things stick with you from a mental standpoint. And a lot of times we are reacting to certain things and we don't know what it's stemming from, and it ties into our mental health. That's one thing. A second thing that's very important and overlooked is that a lot of things are passed through generations. Like from the fact of, especially if this is all that you're taught, the only thing you know as far as black history is us coming from slavery. And slavery is all that you hear. It's all that you see. Those things weigh heavy on our psyche as black people, and that's all that we see on the media, from police killings and our folks out here getting disrespected and called all type of names, and it's you can feel it in the environment, and you look throughout history. Whether you understand it or not, understand that those that has been passed down through generation from through DNA. Like, though it's deep, and a lot of times we don't know how to identify that because we don't operate with that type of mentality. We don't care about a lot of that stuff a lot of times, but we wonder where a lot of our anger and aggression comes from, and then that's used against us to paint a certain narrative as if we don't have a right to be possibly be angry. If you are an angry person, like if you got a lot of anger issues, which I had, but it's painted, a picture is painted as if we don't have reasons for that. Now, I don't say just stop it there and understand that, you do have every right to be angry from how people were treated and how we're being treated now, and so on and so forth. But in order to build ourselves up to where we need to be, we need to fix the internal problems that we have. And the best way to do that is to start seeking that mental help. Because your mind is a powerful tool. And if it's not operating functionally, if it's not operating correctly, there's going to be a lot of things that you may not be in control of per se, that happens and that you react to, and so on and so forth, and you may not be able to pinpoint why you do certain things that you do. Some people may just act off impulse, but I guarantee that if we really peel the layers back, we can see that if we were able to operate from a more healthy mental state, we would be able to progress a lot easier and see a lot more progress. But being that we overlook that too many times and we just focus on, okay, how do we fix these problems? How do we do this? Or I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I do that. And we just move on through life, not knowing certain things. We have to get our mental health in check. I'm a big advocate of it. I know it's becoming a trend now, but how I'm looking at it, I don't really agree with trends. But if this is a trend, I'm with it because it's a lot of positive things that could come from it. And I know women have no problem with seeking mental health. Men, we have more of an issue with it. I'm trying to figure out why. I think it's more so probably because we just see that, we got to be strong, or there's nothing wrong with me, or I'll be okay. No, you won't be okay. We haven't been okay for a very long time. We've never been okay as far as generations and generations go by and things continue to happen to our people. So as generations come, they're gonna have more issues to deal with from a mental standpoint. So we are not going to be okay. We gotta understand that we are playing into our downfall by thinking we gotta be, we gotta be strong. No, we're being, and this is not to insult us. This is just how I talk. We're not being strong. We're being dumb because we're adding on to what's already taking place, and we're not going to be able to correct it because we're not operating from a healthy state of mind. So we got to start seeking, that mental health. Now I know that comes in with, finding somebody you can trust that much, because a lot of the times it's going to be doctors of a different race or counselors or therapists of a different race. So hopefully, through networking or whatever resources you got to go through, talking to people, so on and so forth, we can find somebody that we know and that we can trust, to be vulnerable with. Because I know a lot of times we just don't want to admit to having those type of problems. But I guarantee if we start admitting to having those type of problems, we're going to come out a lot better. So all in all, man, we got to start paying more attention to our mental health.